It was the return of the sewing bee this week, which was just so good to have back on the screens. I can't believe it's been going for 10 years. That's a bit mad. Thought I'd have a little chat whilst I show you. I put myself through the t-shirt transformation from this week, which was a lot of fun, to be fair. I've started just by grabbing one of the t-shirts and immediately manipulating the fabric on the stand and playing with it that way, which I think is a very different approach to how I find most of the contestants sort of approach this on the show. But it was good fun to do. I haven't done this in a really long time. The pattern challenge, the first one, I found really frustrating because when no one finishes, I'm always like, man, you haven't given them enough time. And it's just, I think the judging's really off when that's happened because we're judging people on their inability to finish, but nobody's finished. So sort of, you do wonder how far people have got with that. The top stitching I thought was a really nice touch to make it trickier and to really test them on their accuracy. Top stitching is all about just giving yourself a line to follow, be that using a specific foot like a 1/4 inch foot, I find really useful, or moving your needle across so that you've got a line to follow that's a little bit easier. They'd have all, I think, found it a bit easier had we'd been able to have a little bit more of that. But I thought the skirt was really cute. Nice addition of the buttons, and they obviously didn't have to sit and sew the buttons on, which obviously made things a bit easier. Poor Neil with his buttonhole trick. I am always suspicious of that as methods go, because it does sort of lull you into a bit of a false sense of security, and I have seen that trick fail so many times, so I don't tend to trust it particularly. But the day dresses, I thought they all did a really good job. The chiffon was tricky because it's not a daytime fabric, and I know professional dressmakers who will not touch dress chiffon with a barge pole, so that was a bold choice from Lauren. But secret pajamas is my new favourite term ever, and yeah, I'm totally adopting that one. But for me, I really loved Luke's black and white one. That would have been my garment of the week. And it's always sad to see someone go on week one. Obviously, they just feel that they haven't had very long, but obviously it has to happen. So yeah, just one of those things. I've never tried the cord gathering technique that was being used on it, so it will be interesting to try that because it's not something I've ever attempted before, so I will have to come back to you on my success rates with that one. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a really good, solid week. I loved their homages that they were paying to the past. That was really good, and I'm heading up for a finish on my t-shirt transformation, so you'll have to tell me what you think.